Bryan Guy Adams OCOBC, born the 5th of November 1959, is a Canadian guitarist, singer, composer, record producer, photographer, and philanthropist with several #1 singles and albums in various countries. Adams has sold between 75 and 100 million records worldwide, according to Nielsen Music Canada's 2019 year-end report. Adams was the most played artist on Canadian radio stations between 2010 and 2019. Adams joined his first band at age 15, and in 1980 at age 20, his eponymous debut album was released. He rose to fame in Canada and the United States with his 1983 top 10 album Cuts Like a Knife, with its well-known title track and the ballad Straight from the Heart. His first U.S. top 10 hit, his 1984 album, Reckless, made him a global star with tracks like Run to You and Summer of '69, both top 10 hits in the US and Canada, and the power ballad Heaven, a US #1 hit. Reckless reached #1 in Canada and the US, #2 in Australia, and the top 10 in several other countries, becoming the first album by a Canadian to reach diamond in sales in Canada, going 6x platinum in the US, and selling 12 million copies worldwide. Adams' 1987 album Into the Fire went to #2 in Canada and the top 10 in several other countries. In 1991, Adams' Waking Up the Neighbors was a worldwide #1 album which sold 16 million copies, including being certified diamond in Canada. The single, Everything I Do It For You, went to #1 in at least 18 countries, including for a record 16 and 18 straight weeks, in the UK and Europe overall, respectively. It is one of the best-selling singles of all time, having sold more than 15 million copies worldwide. Other international top 10 hits off the album were the Canadian #1 songs Can't Stop This Thing We Started and Thought I Died and Gone to Heaven. Beginning in 1993, Adams' hits were mostly ballads, including the worldwide hits All for Love and Have You Ever Really Loved a Woman? Quote, which both topped the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. Plus Please Forgive Me, which reached #1 or 2 in Canada, the UK, Australia and Europe. Please Forgive Me was from his greatest hits album, So Far So Good, 1993, a worldwide #1 album that went 11x, 7x and 6x platinum in Australia, Canada and the US, respectively, with total sales of 17 million. In 1996, Adams' 18 Till I Die was a top 5 album in many countries, but only reached #31 in the US. He did duets with 2 female stars, I Finally Found Someone with Barbra Streisand in 1996, his last U.S. top 10 hit, and When You're Gone with Melanie C. in 1998, an international top 5 hit. In the 1990s, he had 11 #1 singles in Canada for a total of 32 weeks, both highs for any artist. Between 1998 and 2019, Adams released 7 albums, 3 going to #1 in Canada, and most reaching the top 10 in the UK, Germany and elsewhere. Adams has had 25 top 15 singles in Canada and a dozen or more in each of the US, the UK and Australia, but none since 2002. In 2008, Adams was ranked 38th on the list of all-time top artists on the Billboard Hot 100. Adams has won 20 Juno Awards and a Grammy Award for Best Song Written for a Motion Picture Television amongst 15 Grammy nominations, and has been nominated for 5 Golden Globe Awards and 3 Academy Awards for his songwriting. For films, Adams has been inducted into the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Canada's Walk of Fame, the Canadian Broadcast Hall of Fame, and the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. On the 1st of May 2010, Adams received the Governor-General's Performing Arts Award for his 30 years of contributions to the arts.